Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. This video is kind of a warning based video and coverage of Banquet Event. I'm turning more northern for some kind of reason. Right, so the Banquet Event, as you know, is likely to drop next month. But there is a little bit of a warning with this one, and it's all about if you're looking to get involved with the gifting element to this, because there is a gifting element that is applicable. It's not going to be exactly what you think of it, but there is some kind of like elements to this. So as you know, from a point of acquiring points, you can send and receive points for sending the following items. You can't send Banquet crystals, and look, you know, it's important to mention, but there is a point of trying to kind of send things from like one account to the other. It's not as spicy as it used to be. If anyone remembers the Banquet Event of old, not Banquet Event, the gifting event of old, where you were able to send things between accounts, and of course you get points for that one. But some people still use the alts in order to, send stuff to the main accounts. I think something that if Kabam roll out again, I don't know if they will or not, because the Battlegrounds is something that's more prevalent nowadays. Will Kabam limit the extent of energy refill sending, which, you know, you could use your alt to send your main some energy, the same way that you could take your main account to then send your alt some stuff to, you know, improve it. But do bear in mind there is more value and interest with Banquet Event crystals. Banquet Event crystals being that you want to use your unit to purchase buying greater Banquet crystals to get the points, because the points will mean better prizes, as a lot of you you know that. So there's not, I'm not saying there's no value in creating an alt account for the purpose of sending from one to the other, but there's definitely, I'd say, lesser value, or maybe lesser interest in doing so nowadays. But this video is all about a forewarning to those that are looking to take from one account to the other. It's not completely writing it off, because again, we have to kind of look at the fact that, you know, from sending and receiving, as I said, energy refills to send to your, from your alt to your main, Banquet, Battlegrounds, questing, you know, there's kind of like, there's good things that could be, you know, got from that one. Not really with dual credits, but carbonadium cores. But there's also other stuff. So there's things like boosts. Now, I rate boosts. Boosts are actually pretty good. So you could be looking to send some boosts from one account to the other. But to be honest, again, from a main account perspective, you're pretty much getting these from opening up your solo crystals and picking up some good stuff from it. But again, I'm not completely writing it off with this, but it could be more value from you sending your main to your alt. But as I said, if you are sending anything with unit cost from a main to an alt, then you have to ask yourself, why is my main not getting more involved with greater Banquet crystals, which cost 300 units a piece and will generate you know, more stuff from the main. Again, just to point out, you cannot send these spicier crystals, greater gifting crystals, Banquet crystals. You cannot send them from your main to your alt. They have to be bought with units, as Kabam say here last year. Now, Kabam may change that. A lot of stuff that I'm discussing in this video is always going to be subject to change. Kabam could change some stuff, but as I said here, pre-announced Banquet and greater Banquet crystals cannot be gifted, therefore your account only. So that just kind of highlights that. Will Kabam change that? I sincerely doubt they will, mainly because of the rigmarole and the problems that stem from the problems of the past with how accounts were being inflated, and as well the ability to then farm units on an alt account and then send it to a main. This is why we had the big kind of issues of last year, you know, when Brian Grant did that video where it was like, I just farmed, you know, a load of units and I'm going to, you know, I could do that X amount of times and send that to a main account and inflate the process of the gifting event, and it just becomes an unfair situation. There was stuff that went wrong last year, and there was some unfair stuff, and people were, you know, caught of exploiting and cheating, but that was a little bit easier to deal with, which, you know, Kabam dealt with relatively well, So, to get to the point of this video, why I'm making this video is a full warning to everybody, in that we don't know just yet the lay of the land, but if you're looking to do some of those lower end pecking order things being shifted from one account to the other. To give you an example, if I use my alt account, Paul the Boy, great name by the way, if I then kind of used it to then say send like energy refills because I wanted to use my main for Battlegrounds, then I could do that. If I wanted to grab boost, then I could send it to my main account for that one. But at the end of the day, I just don't see any value. But some people will still look to do that, and there's nothing against that. The same thing where you might look to take your main and help out your alt. But there's this requirement. Last year, as I said, subject to change, Kabam may change this, you need to be Conqueror and have reached level 40. You also needed to have joined before November 21st, 2022. So this is important to note that if you are looking to create an account, like do it now, you have maybe 10 days, maybe 9 days, whatever. I don't know when this video is going to be released, but you may have a limited time to do that if you are looking to do this. You also need to be in an alliance for 14 days prior to kind of like exchanging gifts, which I think is going to be more important when this event is announced in December. And again, to point out, this is the 2022 forum post. I'll put a link to it in the description. But the reason, as again, to reiterate, I'm covering this now, is to kind of prepare people. You have 10 days, 9 days to get your affairs in order. Sounds like something more malicious than it is. But it's important to get things in order, get prepared, start thinking about it, especially if you don't spend an MCOC. You need more time to farm units. The same way that, I've got to finish my Battlegrounds farming right now, and then I've got to get back into a very extensive and very quick farming of 2,562 units in a very short space of time. It can be done. It will be done. I will do it. But it is a very kind of stressful time to get everything done. But I can complain. I will complain about stuff. I will criticize stuff, but I will always get involved with doing what I need to done. It is it's not always great, but this is the thing about the game. It's like, look, we can sit here all day talking, or we can get on with farming and see how it goes, and then kind of like picking up to go like, look, Kabam, you really need to kind of deal with this because it's not. I want to say it's not fair, but it's causing more pain points and stress than is for a game that's meant to be fun and enjoyable. I say that we're doing a video where like, hey, prepare yourself now, or you're in trouble. But it's the constant loop of MCOC life that we live in. Any case, right. But yeah, we're going to be covering a lot of stuff when it comes to the Banquet event. I was just looking back through my old guide, which has there's a lot of tabs to this, which you can see on the screen. Like we did so many tabs. We did most points for free you can get. We did tabs of like an intro, top tips. I'll be referring back to this and kind of like seeing like if we can replicate any of the things that mentioned. GBC drop rates of last year, we'll be doing comparisons of that. Milestone points plus acquire, event rank predictions, how much 3,000 units gets you. That guide. Wow, a lot of work went into that particular guide, and also, of course, like more work will come. I'd enjoy the Banquet event. It's really good and fun. It's nothing too serious. Well, actually, maybe it's a little bit serious to get the points required, but yeah, that's really it. There's nothing really more to go over but that one. So just going to reiterate what I'm doing with it. What I said with this video is, look, if you want to exchange gifts between main and alts, then do bear in mind you are limited. Is there any point to it? Not really. Yes, really. Again, it's down to you. Like some people will go, yes, send energy refills from alt to main so I can do Battlegrounds. Some people will go main to alt, sending some things like ranking materials and mastery materials. Also, boost materials, main to alt, not really. Alt to main, yeah, probably, that would be good. But XP boost for lower accounts. So sending from main to alt in order to help out the alt get through stuff. Quite possibly load it up, ready to go. Maybe. Again, just down to you whether or not where you're at in the game, what you're interested in, what you're interested in growing. You have a limited time, but do take this with a pinch of salt. The Kabam may change the parameters of what kind of account you need, but also they may change the parameters of what you can exchange between main and alt. So again, that could be another factor as well. We just don't know what Kabam will do in the future. Hopefully they'll make it really kind of interesting and spicy. Probably not. In any case, that's been a video. Have a lovely day, whenever this is being posted. I'll see you all in the next one, and stay tuned for more Battlegrounds coverage, Banquet Event coverage down the line. Bye-bye, everybody. Check out some other content. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.